You ever find yourself sitting in front of your work, your mind spinning in 100 directions, but somehow not moving anywhere? We've all been there. We live in a world of constant noise, notifications buzzing, to-do lists piling up, and distractions everywhere. But here's the truth. Clear thinking isn't some mystical superpower. It's a skill you can build step by step. And once you learn it, life changes. I've been where you are, feeling overwhelmed and unsure. But what I've learned over the years is that clear thinking is like sharpening a knife. You have to intentionally hone it. So, let's talk about how you can think clearly, cut through the noise, and actually get your mind working for you. First off, let's acknowledge the elephant in the room: mental clutter. This is the invisible weight most of us carry. It's that constant inner chatter, the endless stream of thoughts competing for your attention. And let's be real, it's exhausting. You know the feeling, right? You sit down to focus, but your mind keeps jumping from one thing to the next. That's what we call mental clutter. It's like trying to have a conversation with a friend in a room full of people shouting. You're never going to get anywhere. And here's the thing. Most of us accept this clutter as normal. We think, this is just how life is now, but it doesn't have to be. So, let's start by recognizing that this mental noise isn't just annoying. It's keeping you from thinking clearly, from making decisions, from feeling peace. And we're going to change that. Step 1. Declutter your mind. The first step to thinking clearly is to declutter your mind. And I know that sounds easier said than done, but let me break it down. You wouldn't try to work on a messy desk, right? So why try to think with a cluttered mind? Here's what I do. I literally dump everything I'm thinking about onto a piece of paper. Sounds simple, but it's powerful. I write down every single thought, worry, or task that's swirling around in my head. This process, called brain dumping, is a way of emptying your mental load. It gives you the clarity to see what actually matters and what's just noise. You don't need to organize it immediately. Just get it out. Because when your mind isn't weighed down by a million scattered thoughts, you can finally focus. Step 2. Create a clear environment. Now let's talk about your physical environment. You've probably heard the saying, a cluttered space equals a cluttered mind. It's true. You might not realize it, but the mess around you can create mental static. Ever notice how much better you feel after tidying up your room or organizing your desk? That's because a clean, minimalist space gives your mind room to breathe. So, here's what I suggest. Simplify your surroundings. Start small. Maybe it's just clearing off your desk or organizing your files. Even digitally, delete old emails, clean up your phone. Because when you simplify your physical world, you create space for your mind to think more clearly. Step 3. Practice mindfulness. Now, here's where things get deep. Mindfulness. And before you roll your eyes, hear me out. Mindfulness isn't just some trendy buzzword. It's about being fully present in the moment, and this is key to thinking clearly. Most of us live in the past or future, worrying about what we did yesterday or stressing over what's coming tomorrow. But thinking clearly happens now, in this moment. So, how do you get present? Simple. Start with your breath. I know it sounds basic, but focusing on your breath pulls you into the present. Try this. Whenever you feel your mind racing, stop and take 3 deep breaths. It's a reset button for your brain. From there, you can approach your thoughts with a clear head. Step 4. Focus on one task at a time. All right, this one's huge. Focus on one thing at a time. In today's world, we wear multitasking like a badge of honor. But let's be honest. Multitasking is a myth. Your brain isn't designed to focus on more than one complex task at once. What happens when you try? You end up doing a lot but accomplishing little. So, here's the trick. When you're working on something, give it your full attention. Block out everything else. Focus 100%. When you finish, move on to the next thing. Sounds simple, but it's powerful. It's like cutting through the fog with a laser beam instead of spreading yourself thin. Step 5. Eliminate decision fatigue. Finally, let's talk about decision fatigue. Every decision you make, what to eat, what to wear, what to work on, takes energy. And after a while, your brain gets tired, making it harder to think clearly. The good news? You can reduce this by making certain decisions automatic. Here's how. Set up routines for small, daily decisions. For example, plan your meals ahead, set a schedule for your day, even decide what you're going to wear the night before. These little habits free up mental energy for bigger decisions, the ones that matter. So, there you have it. Clear thinking is a skill, and like any skill, it takes practice. Declutter your mind, simplify your space, practice mindfulness, focus on one thing at a time, and eliminate decision fatigue. These steps won't just help you think more clearly, they'll change the way you approach life. It's not about being perfect, it's about progress. If you've made it this far, you're already on the right path. Clarity isn't about having no thoughts, it's about having the right thoughts. So, take the first step today. Start small, stay consistent, and watch how your mind sharpens over time. You've got this.